going on, everybody? Scott Akins here with SWMO Basketball, and we are here to pick the senior girls game for our second annual Southwest Missouri All-Star Saturday. It's set to take place March 26th at BBC in Springfield. Joining me for the senior girls draft, we got Payton Kincaid from Camdenton and Claudia Hadlock from Miller. So we're going to just go ahead and start with a couple of introductions. Payton, we'll start with you.
I'm Payton. I'm a senior at Camdenton, obviously. I've played basketball ever since like kindergarten, preschool, somewhere around there. This season, we had a pretty good season. We had a running record. I think we were 18-9, somewhere around there. I'm not sure, 100% sure, but I've a 4-time all-conference, 4-time all-district, and I just love playing basketball.
So you say you played since you were 5, but you don't plan on playing at the next level, going to Missouri State for nursing. You just kind of talk about, that decision.
I've always wanted to be a nurse or like oncologist, ever since I was little, kind of, and I just didn't think I could focus on nursing school as hard as it is playing sports. So I just figured I'd kind of be done after high school and focus on being a nurse, doctor, whatever. Sure
thing. So now we're going to shift our attention down to Claudia. Claudia Hadlock from Miller, one of the most decorated athletes that I've ever covered. So, Claudia, just take a second to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm Claudia Hadlock. I'm from Miller. I'm also a senior. And I've been playing for as long as Payton has. I think we played against each other a couple times too. But this year we had a pretty good season. I don't really remember our overall record, 24 and something maybe. But we were Carthage tournament champs, Stockton champs, Walnut Grove champions. We won conference, we won districts, and then we fell to a very good Blue Eye team in sectionals. I think they ended up getting 3rd, so congrats to them. Yeah, and I'm just excited to be here.
Awesome. So before we get to what everybody's here for, drafting the teams, I just want to kind of take a second to kind of talk about why we're wanting to do things this way. Last year how we did things is we kind of sent you guys a message and just kind of split up teams ourselves. But ultimately this is for you guys and for you guys to have the best experience possible. And that way you can either choose to play with girls that you played with before, or if you've seen some of these names, on Twitter, or, know of them, but we've never actually played with them before, you'll get a chance to, maybe play with a few new people that you've never played with before. So getting the opportunity to play with who you want to, I think is kind of the big motivation behind, you guys joining us to do this. So without further ado, we'll get straight to the draft. And you guys are still asking who is going to pick first. I'm from a small school, so I'm biased towards small schools. So Claudia, you're up.
Yes. Okay. So my first pick is going to be Payton Richardson from Miller. She is my teammate. I love her to death. She's a stud. She's fast. She's good on offense and she's good on defense. And so we're going to get to play with each other one more time. So that's my first pick.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't
knew exactly where that was going. So, Payton, kind of took over a lot of ball handling responsibilities this year. Had a really good season for Miller. Obviously played with you since you guys were little. So you should have a little bit of that chemistry rolling.
For sure.
Payton, you're up.
I think my first pick is Bella Fauntleroy from Kickapoo. We played against her this season. She's an outstanding player. I mean, she's going to Baylor, so that's my first choice.
That's a good pick.
You can't go wrong with Bella. I know she you already said going to Baylor, but Missouri was just named Missouri Gatorade Player of the Year for girls basketball. McDonald's All-American nominee. So she's the real deal, and she's still playing. She'll be going to state with the Lady Chiefs here next week. So yeah, can't go wrong with Fauntleroy. Claudia, back up to you.
Okay, my second pick is going to be Reese from Eldo. She's state champ. We actually played this last summer together on Redbirds with Ted Young, and it was just a blast. She's a stud. Clearly, she just won state. They killed the team they won again, or they played in state championship. They beat a good Stratford team, and yeah, so I'm gonna bring back the Redbirds. So second pick.
Yeah, Reese, led the attack. In that game against Stratford, finished with 19 points, 17 rebounds. So
Yeah, she did.
So she had a very good Final Four. So you can't go wrong with her. Payton, back up to you.
My second choice is going to be Chloe Mode from Ash Grove. I played travel ball with her. She unfortunately couldn't play her last travel ball game due to an ankle injury. So just one more time on the court with her will make me really happy. And she's an awesome player as well, going to Missouri State.
Chloe, she's going to Missouri State. She's another McDonald's All-American nominee. I mean, that's quite the trio to start out with you, of course, and Bella Fauntleroy, Chloe Mode. So Claudia, back to you.
Okay. I think my next pick is going to be Aaliyah Grotjohn. She's going to be my future Cotty teammate. So that's exciting. I think she averaged like 26 points per game this year. She's a stud. She can score at all levels. I think she's all conference, all district. So yeah, my next pick is Grotjohn. So I'm excited.
Yes. And that was an interesting thing whenever I saw that she had committed. I was like, oh, that could be a little future teammate, getting on this court at the same time. So she's definitely a great pick. You laid it out. She's a fantastic scorer. She can do it from anywhere on the court. So that's a great selection there. Payton, back to you.
I think my next pick is going to be Naomi Perkins from Stillville. We've also played her this season. She's a crazy 3-point shooter. I think she's going to college for softball at Evangel, but she's all around a stud athlete. So
Payton has gone 3 for 3 with the McDonald's All-American nominees. No, Naomi was fantastic. She's came to a few of our things in the last couple of years, and she's one that every time you see her play, it's just like you said, can shoot the ball really well, and she's always a threat from beyond the arc. So, Claudia, back to you.
Yeah. Okay. So when we played Stillville, she played also when I think we played them our junior year in quarterfinals, and she shot lights out. So that's a very good pick.
We played her this year, and we had someone face guarding her, and she still shot lights out. Crazy.
So that's a really good pick. Okay, I think for my next person, I'm gonna get Raya Robinson from Clever. I've seen her play a couple times, not in person, but I know Cotty offered her, and I think she's going to Crowder, which is super exciting for her. But she's an absolute stud because whenever we would watch, we'd get film sent to us, and I think Clever coach always sent us film, and I always enjoyed watching her play, and she can score at all levels, and yeah, I think she's going to be a good addition to my team. So yeah. That's my next pick.
So, I told you I have bias towards a small school. I have a lot of bias towards Clever as well. I graduated from Clever, so got a chance to see Raya play several times in the last couple of years, and she's a great athlete. She had a fantastic game in the district championship game. Brought Clever their first girls state or district championship since 1985 or whatever, against Ash Grove, and she's a ball player, so that's
awesome.
So you got yourself a winner there. Back to you, Payton. You're out of McDonald's All-American nominees. So
I think my next pick will be Kaya Goldsby from Kickapoo. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but she's Bella's teammate. They work really well together. She's committed somewhere. I'm not for sure, but
Rogers State.
Yeah. She's a great point guard, really quick, and she was amazing when we played them. So I think her and Bella will work really well together.
Yeah, obviously it's always nice to have a little bit of chemistry there. We saw it with the first pick by Claudia. You got a couple Miller Lady Cardinals and then a couple of AAUs. And in games like this, chemistry can make or break you. So keeping a little bit of consistency with a couple of Kickapoo Lady Chiefs, that'll never hurt. So Claudia, back to you.
Okay, so I'm thinking I need some more size. So I'm going to pick Justine Barb from Skyline. It was so hard to play against her because she's so good down low and she's strong. She's just a great basketball player. And so Skyline's got a good tradition with basketball, and she's a hard worker. And yeah, so my next pick is Justine Barb.
Yeah, she's another fantastic ball player. She had the opportunity to go play ball at the next level, but she's passing up that opportunity. She's going to University of Arkansas and is going to compete on their ranch horse team.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that will round out, this YouTube portion for Claudia's team. We'll let Payton make her final pick, and then we'll see what you guys think.
I think my next pick will be another fast guard, Ashlyn Jones. She played on the Assassins with Ashton Judd. She's a really quick guard. She's small, can move like crazy. So I think she's my next pick.
Yeah, Ashlyn Jones, she was invited and came to our game last year. She had tore her ACL, I believe, or had an injury that kind of kept her out. So she didn't get a chance to play in the game last year, but she's going to be, I'm sure she'll be thrilled to have an opportunity to, show what she does. And, she's committed to BBC, so she'll get a chance to play on her home court for the first time. So,
yeah.
All right. So taking a look back at these squads before we get off here, we'll start with Team Hadlock. Starting with Claudia from Miller. She took her teammate Payton Richardson, also from Miller, there with her first round pick, and she took Reese Schaff from El Dorado Springs, Aaliyah Grotjohn from Seneca, Raya Robinson from Clever, and Justine Barb from Skyline. Kind of having a, you're starting to see a little bit of a big school versus small school matchup here. And ironically, it's the small school's captain sticking with the little guys. So on the other side, we got Payton Kincaid from Camdenton, paired with Bella Fauntleroy, Chloe Mode from Ash Grove, Naomi Perkins from Steelville, Kaya Goldsby from Kickapoo, and Ashlyn Jones from Willow Springs. So, first off, what do you guys thinking?
I'm excited. It's gonna be great. So
I'm super excited as well. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody could get like a bad pick. All these girls are great basketball players. So
I've asked my other three groups of captains the same things. I'm going to ask you guys as well. So, there's a lot of different strategies you can come into with this. Obviously, you can go with, the best player available. You can go with, some of the girls that you played with before in the past, that you might just want one more chance to see or play with them before you guys go your separate ways. We'll start with Payton. just kind of what was your strategy coming in?
Payton, you're Payton.
No,
you're Claudia.
Talking about
Hold on.
Payton.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Well, obviously, Camdenton's Class 5. They play in the Ozark Conference. So I've kind of played against, known these bigger school girls, I guess. We haven't played very many small schools, so there's a few people on there that I've heard of them, obviously, on Twitter, like all their awards. Everyone's an outstanding athlete that's on this roster. So I just kind of came in knowing I'm going to choose who I played against, who I know, like, their strengths, weaknesses, not really weaknesses because many of them just have strengths. So I think that was my strategy coming in.
All right, Claudia.
Same thing, honestly. Yeah, same as Payton.
All right, so we just want to thank you guys for tuning in to this senior girls all-star game draft. It was a blast getting Payton and Claudia, Payton Kincaid on.
My bad.
So you two, Payton, Claudia, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your Sunday night to come, come and join us and just talk a little bit of basketball. Do a draft before we get going. So I'm gonna open it up to you guys. You guys have any things you want to say before we get off here?
Just thanks for having us as captains.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, so you do not want to miss these two in action as high school athletes for the final time, March the 26th at BBC. It's going to be a great day of action. Starting off with the underclassmen games. Underclassmen girls start at 1:30, followed by the underclass boys. Then we're going to have 3-point contest, dunk contest. 3-point contest is going to be absolutely loaded on the girls' side. Really for the boys' side as well. There's a lot of really great shooters there on the girls' side. And then, you'll see these two in action immediately following the 3-point contest for the senior girls game, and then will be concluded by the senior boys. So once again, thank you, Payton. Thank you, Claudia, for joining us. And be sure to come out to BBC March the 26th for the second annual Southwest Missouri Basketball All-Star Saturday.